Hey, what's going on, Stargazers? Alexander here, and I want to talk today about Jupiter going retrograde in Sagittarius. So, if you've been suffering from a low will to live, or fear of intimacy, or afraid of expansion, or maybe being a little bit possessive, uh, we'll all be a lot better able to lay down the groundwork that we need to evolve throughout this transit. So, Jupiter is going retrograde. It's beginning on April 11th, and it's going to last until August 11th. And if we haven't met before, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos like this, and like this video if you liked it. I'm an astrological healer, and I'm also the developer of Astrology, which is an awesome synthesis of astrology and energy healing. And I use the archetypes to help you find your true self and accomplish your goals. So yeah, Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius. This is really big because Jupiter is the biggest planet of the solar system, and it's the planet of blessing. So as you can see, there's a lot of capacity, a lot of potential for blessings just in the way that our universe is set up. And so it's expansion, and the planet also reveals our unresolved karma that really always comes back to us, but it also reveals the blessings that haven't come back to us also. So it's the good and the quote unquote bad. So it connects us to our karma, it connects us to our merit, and it's also very interesting in the energetic structures of our bodies. It's connected to the heart chakra. So when we work with the collective chart, which is, Jupiter retrograde is for everybody, we're working with what I call the collective heart, which is sadly in a state of serious imbalance. So due to selfish behavior and selfish judgments and even boredom, which is connected to this constellation. So when Jupiter is retrograde, or really any planet for that matter, just a little astrology lesson for everybody, it appears as if it's going backwards from our point of view here on Earth. Now, a very interesting fact is that when planets are going backwards, when they are retrograde, they are brighter. They are actually brighter. So if you think about it, when anything is going in reverse, it needs to be very careful because you have to look in your rearview mirror, for example, if you're driving, or you have to look over your shoulder. And what happens when you put your car in reverse? The little white light goes on because you need more light. In the same way, the planets, they get brighter when they're going in reverse. They're giving more light so they can see where they're going, to really illuminate the trajectory so that you can really back up into the ideal position and then change direction if need be when you're ready to move forward again. This is the beauty of retrogrades. So they really give us the opportunity to change course so that when it goes forward, when we're ready to drive forward, we can go into a different direction, or we can go into a direction having a better sense of where we are and where we need to go. So Jupiter retrograde, it's like if you're backing up a big rig. Because it's the biggest planet. It's like beep, 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 beep. You have to really check all the mirrors, everything. You got to go to school to just get ready to back that thing up. So either way, it gives us that ability to review what's been returning back to us, what's coming back to us, and then change our actions so that we can change whatever it's presenting itself into our reality. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, my stargazers. The change is not just going to happen on its own. We first need to really utilize and optimize that retrograde period. So here's my first question. Where is it happening in your chart? That's going to show a big area where we need to look. What different aspects is it making? How do you think it's going to affect you? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious, okay? If you need help or you want some insight, book a consultation with me, book a reading. I can tell you what's going on just with this Jupiter retrograde. I also give energy healings that are going to help with anything that comes up because, yeah, things will come up. It's also going to be going through that 49-day process as we are ascending to the 15th degree of Gemini. You can check it out on my website as well to really get in alignment with what's going on. Follow me on Twitter for the updates as well. So if we proceed without consciousness, if we proceed with that through that retrograde without being aware, it can create stress. No different than if you ignore weather forecasts and you're wearing the wrong clothes, except for weather forecasts can change a little bit. The astrological forecasts, they don't change. The planets stay there. So this Jupiter retrograde period can be broken down into two types of challenges. The first is our ability to release burdens weighing heavy on our heart. And we all have them. So during this first retrograde period, which is going to be from April 11th until June 7th, we are reviewing, we're looking within, we're asking ourselves, how free do we really want to be? How lighthearted do we really want to be? Specifically, we are looking at where we have felt burdened by inspiration, burdened by positivity. I know that sounds like madness, but say, for example, someone gives us a good idea and it's something we've been working really hard on, and someone gives us a good idea, and we can feel excited about it, or we can feel victimized because now we need to implement it. So this is a burden. It can just be very subtle. But if we felt this way before, we can be certain, here's the thing, that there's some form of hidden expectation that is yet to be fulfilled. And if there's hidden expectation, there's some ego agenda at play, and then it's really not coming from the cleanest place. So during Jupiter retrogrades, we want to eliminate these hidden expectations so that we can really heal our hearts, become lighthearted, and be able to activate our talents and our blessings and all that good stuff. So what's more is that Jupiter is going retrograde in Sagittarius. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. And this Jupiter retrograde is even more tempering. It's going to make us even stronger. So one of the challenges of Jupiter retrograde in any sign really is the propensity to stray away from really what helps us grow, what helps us to expand, and go find a comfort zone of what I call spiritual fiction. And this happens a lot. So this is, again, I want to really reiterate that we're looking for, fulfilling the hidden expectations, the hidden agendas. We need to be careful about that. So let's talk about expectations, for example. What are expectations? Well, it's really like waiting for the perfect situation to come along, and until that perfect situation comes along, we don't act. Now, the problem is that we could be waiting forever. So we need to be the masters of our destiny. We need to say, no, I create the perfect situation. And then we act without hidden expectation. We're not waiting for the perfect expectation or this perfect situation to come. That's an expectation. So what makes the best out of any situation? We want to make the best out of any situation and really mold it to our heart's desire, not to our expectation, not to our hidden agenda. Now, in order to do that, we need to be organized, we need to be passionate, we need to work hard. There's no exception. There's no exception to it. So again, we have to constantly ask ourselves during that period, how free do we really want to be? Free of controlling others, free of trying to control how others see us, or wanting approval from our friends and our parents. It's time to really let all that go, because that's keeping us in prison. So all these self-imposed burdens, which include projects that we have started but we can't complete, or it's really time to let go of priorities so that we can complete them. We might have to shift priorities so that we can complete them. The ego now is going to try to convince us throughout this period that there just isn't enough time. But in truth, you guys, there isn't a limited amount of time. Jupiter's expansion, there's a limited amount of time. We just need to slow down, and we need to meditate. I have a special meditation that you can do for this Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius at the end of this video. Or actually, I'll put it in a link in the description below to some article somewhere, or just do some meditation to really access this time that's available. Now, during the second part of this retrograde period, which will be from June 7th until August 11th, we will be called, to really open our hearts to challenging our positions. Yes, we're going to be challenging our own favorite positions. So the second period is when Jupiter is transiting an area of the zodiac where we set up our boundaries and hold firm to them, sometimes like zealots. So it's a matter of ego or principle, or even just, if we have the big picture, we reject the notion of having an even bigger picture. So anyone who knows someone with a lot of Sagittarius in their chart has encountered these situations, and you can all agree, just to move on. All you can do is agree to disagree and move on. So while Jupiter, remember, our heart chakra, transits through this section of Sagittarius, we will be summoned to really open ourselves up to pre-challenge our favorite stances. So if we can do this with honesty and really interrogate ourselves as strongly as we do others, like when we're interrogating others, it's time to turn that around, interrogate ourselves, And then come Jupiter direct, we will have made the world a better place, because we're really looking at where do our opinions come from. Is it something that I heard that I'm just repeating, which is in the area of the brain that gets activated, by the way. So, use your tools. There's the Chakra 7 potion. There's the Sagittarius star spray. Use them, smell them, spray them in your aura. I'll put links in the description below. You can use them. Here's Chakra 4. It's connected to the heart chakra. All you need to do, smell it during the retrograde, and then even also after the retrograde, because Jupiter's there. And then you have the Sagittarius spray. You spray it in your aura. You have a good combination. You can wear it also on the heart points, on the wrist, right here, or on the heart chakra. It's going to help align with the energies to really get through it. How else can we do this, you ask? Well, everyone is quick to judge, and everyone wants to defend their limited perspective with so much energy, so much vigor, that we don't even realize that we're contributing to some form of collective negativity. And narrow-mindedness, which is the opposite of Jupiter, okay? Narrow-minded, which would be like probably sometimes more like Mercury. Jupiter is open-minded. Narrow-mindedness, which is a degraded Jupiter, right? When Jupiter is not being activated, it comes in so many forms, and it can even be disguised as open-mindedness. Here's the thing. But with honest reflection, we see that at its root, it's just contempt, looking for an excuse to express itself. That's essentially all it is. That's a closed heart. So whenever we use Sagittarius, honestly, to really look within and become brutally brave with ourselves, and maybe even open ourselves up to the bigger picture, we attain peace, and we contribute that energy signature into the world. Now, many times, we spend so much strength wanting to be right that we rarely get the opportunity to use that same strength to prove ourselves wrong. So Jupiter retrograde in this part of the zodiac will really offer us this opportunity to do just that. We want to be proactive with it. Otherwise, we might be forced to do it, and it can be a little bit rough. So when Jupiter goes direct, we can establish our boundaries once again and hold to them, but with a bigger heart and with bigger generosity, to just, educate others and to share with others, rather than to attack them for having an alternative point of view. So we will come to find that we no longer need to be defensive, but truly be open-minded to whatever we deem unimaginable. So if we cannot accomplish this bigger perspective, Jupiter will just render a reality, yet with another round of the same situations, the same old spin. It might be with new cast members, it might be with the new people in a new place, but the story will essentially be the same, if not more intense, like in the OA. It's the same characters, different situations, but the same story. That's what's going to happen with Jupiter retrograde unless we make a change. So to help make the most of this Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius, I would suggest this an astrology chakra meditation that can be done every day. I'll put a link in the description below. And somewhere there will be an article that you can read about the collective pulls that you might feel and how to overcome them. An article somewhere. I'll post a link when it's ready. Meanwhile, let me know how this Jupiter retrograde is going for you. And in the comments below, I'm really curious. And again, if you need more insight or illumination to how it's manifesting in your reality, you can book a reading with me. And thanks for listening. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more. And I also want to thank you for being the one who makes a difference by using Astrology. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.